Hello everyone. Today, I have prepared a training video regarding output, printing results in the STA program. First of all, as seen here, we have an analyzed structure. And how do we need to obtain the results from the printer regarding this structure? What should we pay attention to while printing? I will provide simple level information related to this now. The analysis results page is open here. As you can see, we have the printer output option. When we click this option, the output printing page appears on the screen. Here, there are headings such as general information of the structure, structure text output, structure graphic output, FA3D output, structure performance, and floor application drawing. Under the main headings, there are subheadings, and if the subheadings are checked, then when you print, the calculation results related to the corresponding subheading will be displayed. So here, for example, the earthquake report has a checkmark next to it. When you perform output printing, the earthquake report will be displayed. If you do not want it to be displayed when you print, you need to uncheck the box here. Here, you can easily check all of them at once or uncheck all of them with these options. It's up to you. Other than that, do not remove any unwanted headings here. If it is not desired, it can lead to a lot of paper waste. Here, for example, there are building base points, so you don't need to remove them unless specifically requested by you. It's up to you. But you always need to generate the earthquake report. For example, you need to check the sections you want here and here. On the right side, there is the earthquake structure option. Would you like to obtain a general report regarding the irregularities in the structure, or would you prefer a detailed report? Here, you select this option. When you say detailed report, it provides you with more detailed information regarding the A1 and B2 irregularities. In addition, if you obtain a general report, then you will not have received a detailed report regarding A1 and B2. This is where the difference becomes apparent, specifically for the irregularities of A1 and B2. In addition, we have options for printing floors. For which floors should these calculation results be printed? Here, you can select all floors. You can also choose the base floor if your structure includes a base floor. In this way, you can also check this. Besides that, here you select the language option. You can choose whether you want Turkish or English, depending on what language your outputs should be in. And you can select which fonts to use. This is important. And of course, you can choose your printer here, whatever printer you have. I currently have the Microsoft Print to PDF option active, and it is already my default printer. Therefore, this option is selected at the moment. Here we have PDF option. When you click on the PDF option, it grants you printing rights only for the selected options on the relevant page. However, if you proceed with the print option instead of the PDF option, it allows you to add the subheadings from other main headings to the ones you initially selected. In other words, you have the opportunity to obtain them collectively. Besides that, there are output options here. So what kind of output you want? Graphical, text form, or through a printer. You click on the printer option, your computer will directly print from there if it is connected to a printer. However, when you obtain it graphically, you first save all the pages you will print as a PDF to your computer, which allows you to review them and print accordingly. That's why I recommend this more. There is also an option for text instead of graphical, depending on the first printer option. You can also obtain output in text format. This gives you the ability to edit the outputs you receive. The advantage of this is that you can transfer it to Word, but you can't touch anything in the graphical format when you save it as a graphical disk. A QR code appears on each page, allowing you to check whether these QR codes are the same, which helps you understand if the other party has committed any fraud when obtaining any reports. From this perspective, it is important to obtain graphical outputs. As I mentioned in the text, you are making edits in Word, and the text does not contain as much detailed information as in the graphical format. So, for example, when you take a graphical output, it includes the company information, as well as your project name, and the name of your data. All of it is written there. When you receive it as text, only the author's name and page number are included with the company information. This is one of the differences. Additionally, when you select the text option, you cannot obtain all types of outputs from the headings here. I can demonstrate this. For example, like this. Let's move on to the text. When we switch to the text, you can get the general information about the structure here. Besides that, you will obtain it from the text output when you select text. Even if you are not graphical, you need to choose graphical output instead of text output and obtain it accordingly. Two can be used interchangeably. So if you are saving as text, you will get it from here. If you are saving as a graphic, then you will get it. And you can obtain your output from the graphical output option here instead of text output. There is also an output option here. You can also get text from this. We are not doing performance anyway, as our structure is not for performance. This part is already passive because there is no performance project. However, as seen in the text output, you cannot obtain the floor application drawing here. There is a situation here, or you cannot obtain the 3D image of the building here. There are certain limitations in the text output. This part can only be obtained graphically. This is very important. And of course, we cannot obtain an output image by selecting the text option in the graphical output section. There is no need for that. As I mentioned, the two are used interchangeably. It will be sufficient for us to obtain the output through text output, as long as we are taking it as text. However, if our graphic option is selected and we want to obtain output from the graphic, it will be sufficient to choose graphics output instead of text output. It is not a correct approach to obtain both. However, when we select the graphical output option, as seen here, we can also obtain the outputs from the text output. However, if the text output option is selected, then we cannot obtain the part in the graphic output. So, to obtain the graphical output, we only need to select that graphical option. However, in the text output, we can still obtain the output even if the graphical option is selected. I would like to point out one more thing regarding the floor application drawing. Yes, we can obtain the floor application drawings and the 3D image only when the graphical option is selected here. However, sometimes even if the graphical option is checked, it becomes inactive here. It does not become active. Again, we do not have the option to click here. This area becomes passive. In this situation, there is a process we need to follow to activate this area so that we can obtain the drawing. I will show this right now from here. We are now in the analysis results. Here we come to the 3D screen section. As you can see, we have the 3D image option. We click on this. If we select the output image option, when we click, the previously inactive section will become active. From here, we will have the chance to check this option. Here, the output image is useful for this purpose. Additionally, if we select the second option below, it helps us transfer our related image to Paint. And here, another option allows us to save the relevant file as a DXF file. As a DXF file, this is important because sometimes it is beneficial to save the data as a DXF file. in order to open it in different programs. As seen at the bottom, there is an option for desktop image. This option allows us to ensure that our background, meaning the desktop background, is an image of the relevant data here. This is another option we have. As I said, if the trade is not coming from there, then you press the automatic fruit option here. After that, you can return to the section for obtaining the printers from the servers and see that the option here is active. Yes. Now that I have mentioned these features, I will first take the output graphically, and I have selected all the floors here. There were a couple of options that I found important. I have added them under the subheading here. Also, this is before taking the output image. Here we have our special tables section. I would like to show this as well. When we come to the special tables section, as seen here, we can select options such as column and continuity area control, or we can select the column shear foundation loads here. This is especially important for this geotechnical report. We need to provide this report to the geotechnical engineer. And of course, if you have a radio base, it is currently passive here because we do not have a radio base. You can also refer to the ground tension here as tick. These are important special tables in this regard. Additionally, we have the option for enclosed column control in structures with closed explanations that have recently emerged in the zoning regulation. In terms of obtaining this, it is important to check this. And of course, at the very bottom, we have our structure commentary section. If this is inactive, it is sufficient to go to the structure analysis results and click on the structure commentary from there. You can already see the structure commentary here. It will also be active at that time, and you will have the option to obtain it as output. This is important in terms of clicking on them. I can say these things. Let me also explain this through the graphic output. Look here. If you are not making a solution with RadiaTeml, you need to obtain the reports related to the basic analysis results from here. You need to check from here. If you are working on a solution related to the Radia Foundation, then you need to enter the FA analysis section of the Radia Foundations, analyze the Radia Foundation, and add the outputs from there to the outputs here. If you have continuous foundations or single foundations, you can already obtain the outputs from here. I can say this. Additionally, obtaining a report related to the A2, A3 irregularity is a very important matter. Right now, this is passive here. How do you need to make it active? I will explain that now also. There is the F analysis report for the stairs on top of it. If you have a staircase, this will already be active. Since we don't have a staircase here, it is currently passive. If you have a staircase, this is an important option. This will be active. Now, how is the AKH irregularity report obtained? I will show this first of all. In order to obtain the AKH irregularity report, our structure must be solved using the F analysis method. As seen here, the F analysis method needs to be ticked. This can be done through FA3D or using the workshop method. It doesn't matter. However, one of these two options must be chosen. In other words, if you perform a straight linear analysis, you will not be able to obtain the AKH irregularity report. Therefore, it is necessary to tick this before the analysis is done and to solve it according to the F analysis. After the solution is made according to the F analysis, as you can see here, we have our diaphragm irregularity button. You will come here. After reaching the diaphragm irregularity button, we are currently on the first floor. For each level, the first floor is selected. We need to press the irregularity control button shown here. We printed for the first floor, then we come to the second floor. We print for the second floor in the same way. We carry this out sequentially for all floors. Yes, after doing it this way, we return to the analysis results. I will close the printer page for now. We will take the printer from here again. As you can see, it is now active and we can control this irregularity. At the moment, we can open its tick. Yes, it was like that. Now I will quickly obtain the output. First graphically, and then as text. Let's rearrange these options again. Yes. Yes, I just printed it. It has saved this information. If you click on the output index section here, you can see the parts that have been obtained so far. I will add from the special table. I'm doing that now. Yes, I want these controls right now, and I will press the print button here. Yes, look here. There is an option to add on top of the existing data. I am clicking this, and now it has been added. Now, we will move on to the other pages. Again, when I say print here, I will mention here, to add the back page it will also add these. However, if you had tried to obtain it directly from this PDF button, as I mentioned earlier, it would have only given you the output from the relevant page. Therefore, doing it this way is a healthier approach. This is how you are adding, but what if you have added some things incorrectly, or you want to delete everything completely? You want to get an output from 0 Libya. How will you do that? There is a way to do this while we are here. Now, let's say we obtained it from here. The output came to us like this. If you press this print button on this page and say delete, meaning you want to remove the existing file, it will not perform the necessary deletion process. To accomplish this, since we last obtained output from here, you will go to a different main heading and remove all the selected files there. When you click delete, as you can see, it reset all the pages and provided you with the opportunity to obtain output again. If this is the page where we obtained the final output, doing it here would not have been a solution. So if we had said to reset it and take it like this while we were here, there wouldn't have been a solution. Please be aware that this is an important situation, or, if you want to, completely delete the output file obtained from the received documents, then you want to come to Project Tools and obtain an output from scratch. You want it to erase everything in its memory, meaning everything in the background. Then you will find the relevant data here. It is already the data marker from your last action. Here, you will say yes to the file with the per extension, and it will be deleted. If you are receiving it graphically, you will get it as a GPR. If you are receiving it as text, then it will be a PRN file. Yes, I just said OK. And it completely deleted the extended GPR file and output you received earlier, etc. If it exists, it is not stored in memory, and you are effectively deleting it this way. Now you can obtain an output index as if you had never taken it before, or, as I mentioned earlier, in the way I just showed. You can reset the relevant pages. There. This is also an option, however. Doing it this way will definitely erase it completely from memory. Yes, we are now coming back to printing again, of course. You need to close this section. On the output page, in order to be able to delete it, as mentioned earlier, try closing it and then deleting it that way. Otherwise, you might encounter an error. Closed it and deleted it that way. Now I've opened it again to be able to print. Here, I am making my selections again. First, perceived this directly, as it was from scratch. Now I will add this to the back of it. Yes. I added it. Then the graphical part. I added this. I added it to the end. You can also see a preview of the sections I want from here. There are a total of 233 pages when you click the printer editor button from here. It looks like this. As I mentioned, when obtained with GPR, there is a black code on every page. Your license information is written here. Here. Page number, the date you printed, company name and the project name are written. You can also change company name from here to you. Here, of course, you are also writing down your license number and all your certified information. You cannot make any edits here. For that reason, there is also a table of contents section here. You click on this, the program adds the table of contents at the very beginning. Then, as you can see here, controls allow you to view the sections from which you have printed. It shows all of them here. You can receive all controls. In this way, you have selected you are performing a check from here. Let's change company name for example purposes. Let it be X. As you can see, it automatically changed. He's here. When you click, it has been changed now when we print here. Yes, you click on this option through the File menu. I will print using Microsoft Print to PDF. If you want, you can also use o.pdf. You can save your computer wherever you like. I am currently saving it on the desktop. You can save your computer wherever you want. I am currently saving it on the desk. This is one option. Another option is that it is performing the save operation. In the meantime, I am waiting for it to complete. Then I will show you the other option. I have now created the relevant PDF file. Now I am opening it here. After checking here, you can of course also print these from the printer. This way, our PDF file has been created. Look at the other option here. We have a print button. When you click on it, you can select the pages you want here. For example, if you don't want this page to be included, you simply uncheck it. Then you select the print option here. When you choose it, you can also save it as a PDF from here using the same logic. Let's call this example 2. By doing this, you will have saved it as well. You want to change the date here. You will need to change the date on your computer. If you do not change your computer's date, the day you printed it will be displayed here. Let me also mention this. Yes, as seen in example 2, we obtained the output this way. There is no problem now. I will show you how to print with text.output. Yes, we have come to the Petro output option. I deleted everything here. I selected the text format. And I will choose my options here. I am selecting the same options again. Clicked on print from here. I am coming to the special tabs section. I am performing column control with the birds there. I am selecting the ethnic report section again. Then I arrived at the text output. Yes, I added that as well. We don't have the chance to get the graphical option and the final application drawing in the text. This way, if you want, you can take the FA section. I am coming this way, and I arrive. You can see it here. The text output of the text format has also been received. Yes, you can still print a PDF in this format. If you want, it's up to you. You can also change the company name here, and of course the word transfer option is active here. This is important from this perspective when we come to the page set section. You can see the word transfer option here. When you click on it, it creates a preview for you, and if you click on the word transfer option, it will be more beneficial for you. First of all, you are getting a preview here. You can also change the company name here. Besides that, you can adjust the font sizes of the text. Yes, for example, right now the font has been increased a bit. You can decrease it. Yes, you can play around with the fonts this way. This is important after you adjust the fonts. Let me show you before we get to the page set section. Yes, you can recall the relevant file from here. Yes, in this state, you can change the starting page number from the options section, or change the fonts. However, you need to make these changes while in this state. Then you go back to the page set section and click on the word transfer option, and you can view it here as a preview this way. Next, here we have our word transfer button. You click here, and it is currently loading into the Word environment. It will open shortly. Yes, after it is simply opened in the Microsoft Word environment. You can just easily view it here. If you go to the View page and select multiple pages, you can also display it here as a general design. You can view it currently. There doesn't seem to be any issues, and it has been transferred to a Word environment. If you are experiencing an issue with word transfer, then first check your fonts. If your fonts are missing, there is a font link in the description section of our installation video. Download and install your fonts from that link. If the problem persists, then it may be related to your Word. You can continue to print using the newer version of Word. Yes, the transfer has also been carried out in the Word environment. This way, it is confirmed you can perform the transfer this way. Yes, these are my comments regarding this topic. Thank you very much for listening to me. I wish everyone good work.